Ahoy, welcome aboard Ultimate Admiral, Age of Sail. This is the War for Independence, and we've just come off the back of a successful naval blockade where we taxed the British 90% of their fleet. We've added a new frigate and a new fourth-rate Razzie, which is a ship of the line with a haircut, as I like to say. Top deck cut off, all about the bottom deck firepower. We don't have the reputation to add it to the fleet, nowhere near it, but we're keeping both of those as trophies for when our prestige is high enough. For now, we have to go to Norfolk. During December of 1775, the tensions between the Patriot and Loyalist factions in Virginia was dangerously out of control, and on the 1st of January, a British fleet is preparing to attack the port of Norfolk. We've landed our troops at Lynnhaven Bay and have forced marched them to Norfolk. Captain, the situation in Norfolk is critical. Firefights and demonstrations between Patriots and Loyalists have started fires inside the town. Patriot militia is foolishly parading down the streets of Norfolk, while a British fleet is forming a line of battle along the waterfront. You must stop this madness. You have assumed command of all continental forces present. Norfolk is easily in range of the fleet. Defending it would be futile. Besides, the naval bombardment would destroy the town you were ordered to protect. There is also a British camp at this position. Our reports say no more than 3 or 4 units of Marines. We have reinforcements marching from Hog Island, but they need time to arrive. When the British advance, Loyalist forces will rally and begin to form. We must stop that ridiculous parade. Form a defensive perimeter. We've got militia. Not many. Where's our army? It's not here. So, we are on the defense. We'll run back to the capture point. Like the briefing said, there's no point staying in the town. It's about to get bombarded. Run for your lives! Uh-oh, here come the Loyalists. We have 300 men. 320 men. We're in trouble. Should I join them together? I think I will. Into 2 units of 160, so then at least we've got more than the Loyalists that are running at us. Quickly form those units up. Where's my army? I need it. Here comes the fleet. That's a big ship out there. If that's a troop transport, it's going to have a big cargo. Here they come. They've taken the ammunition point, but we've got some ammunition here, fortunately. Where should we set up our defense? We're going to have to defend both sides, I think. So we'll take that fence there. And this one here. Oh god, there's heaps of them. We're going to have to take... Yeah, they're all coming from that side. And if we get flanked, we're in trouble. I'm just worried because it said there were Marines coming from that camp. So we've set up a line. That's all we can do is hold now. Oh no. If they charge, we're in trouble. They have slightly more men than us. But we have 2 walls. I'm not sure how much that affects the fight. The musket fire drowning it out all sound. You make the mistake of playing this game too loud and zoom in, that the audio scales to how close you are. I hear more troops coming. Oh, there they are, Loyalists. They're coming from behind. We're in trouble now. Whoa, there they are. There's the army. Okay, we have lots of units of sailors because we will only have the 2 troop transports, so I need to preserve my sailors. So we've got a bunch of militia as well as the ones holding the line. We have our Fusiliers. I think we have 6 units and a mortar. I'll set up a line of battle there. The militia They can be the front line. Double quick. As well as those guys.
Double quick.
We've got cannon. And we've got mortars. So we've got enough firepower. As long as they don't bring cannon to the field, we should be fine. I can't say that those guys at the capture point will survive, though. Let's form up some groups. So all the Fusiliers, I think we've got 6 units of those. The artillery group. We want our regular infantry to take their time and the militia to run. I have to do something about those guys behind. Right, the sailors at the back, they can be the rear guard for the artillery. The mortars are brutal, but they're pretty short range. When I played the British campaign, I just went all in for line infantry, and I used a couple of mortar units. For my US playthrough, I think I'm going to have a mixed army. Just to see how much that changes the gameplay. I found just going pure line infantry was a real meat grinder. You could get away with it in Empire Total War, but not so much this game. The men merrily marching to battle. Some of my favourite parts of this era of warfare. Just the ambience. The drums and the flutes. Alright, militia are engaged on the right flank. Let's send them some help. Send some Fusiliers to shore up that hole in the wall. The wall of men. Alright, those guys are routed. They've seen we brought a lot of firepower to the field. Cannons opening fire. Alright, we just need to push them out, and then we'll move in and set up a proper defensive line. We have to hold this point for an hour and a half. Till nightfall. These guys are doing really well. They're trading 1 for 1. But the fact that their morale didn't break was great for a militia unit. Those loyalists in the forest are getting absolutely smashed by the mortars. Oh, this militia are helping too, despite the lack of accuracy at that range. Alright, let's send some fresh militia in. We'll try and expand the defensive line away from the capture point. One solid charge and we'd be in trouble. There's no telling if the British regulars are actually going to come either. We've merged those starter militia unit into one unit now. That'll bring up a fresh unit to shore up that gap. Alright, so we'll wait and see what they do and react to what happens. For now, we've got line of sight on all their enemy. There's no sign of cannon, so we don't have to push forward. keep advancing, keep pushing them out of the forest. They'll be a pain in our backside. Take whatever ground that we can. Artillery's moving up to the ammunition point.
Double quick!
Having our Fusiliers on the wing will make that a bit stronger, so it doesn't collapse on us. Artillery's almost to its destination. We left one behind to keep the fire up. Got a backup Fusilier unit. We can advance a bit more into the forest. Alright, here we go. We've got British regulars approaching on the left wing. Let's get ready. Bring the militia back a little. Let the cannon do the talking. It was probably a good call having that Fusilier on the wing. Getting up on the defenses here as well, that might help. Keep the militia alive. If we keep the artillery up, they should collapse fairly quick. Push those guys forward. Mortar's up now. Your turn. Gonna lose that power for about a minute while it moves. The other artillery is moving, but the one that's at the supply depot is now opened up. So we keep some firepower moving. And some talking. Try and get a militia up onto this wall. It might be a risky move. They've got support on their wing. Oh, those guys are exhausted. They've been fighting the whole time. Let's bring up and make a solid line here. Got more Fusiliers at the rear. Sailors at the back. We're just keeping those guys in reserve. They're our experienced ship crew. I don't want to lose them in a land engagement. In my British campaign, I burned through officers through both ship boarding actions and also land engagements. So I want to try and preserve the officer corps of the fledgling United States. There'll be a few battles to fight. We need experienced men. And that starter division has collapsed. The mortar fire probably not helping that. Almost up on that wall. That's what we want. We're taking ground bit by bit. Fusiliers have pushed through the north. That division has collapsed. I'm going to wheel those Fusiliers around to the left. Remembering they have Marines in reserve. Oh wait, there's one unit of Marines. There's another. Oh dear. So the British regulars will fight harder than our guys. Except our Fusiliers. But that militia units, I'm worried for them. Fortunately, they've got a lot of artillery support. There's another 2 units of Marines. I spoke too soon. This division's reforming. They're going to need a break. Get the sailors up. They're going to have to go toe-to-toe with their fellow seamen. Oh, brutal mortar and cannon fire into that Fusilier unit. It's collapsing straight away. The Marines standing strong. Set up a better line here. Our supply depot ran dry really quick. That's all the ammo we've got unless we can creep forward and capture that other one. We're about to get flanked though. Being on the wall is a liability. The Loyalists and Marines almost into the compound. I need to push this militia forward. Sailors have arrived. Constant Allen, our best XO, leading that division. Got another division up on the right side. I have to be careful not to stretch ourselves too thin. If I don't have anyone in reserve, and one side collapses, that might be trouble. Our artillery are on their last resupply, so whatever they've got, that's it. I don't have any supply wagons, so I can't go and capture supplies from that depot. Let's move forward a little bit, we'll try and capture that depot. We're halfway through the fight. So far successful. Don't think our losses are too bad. The militia units are fighting pretty well. I'm pretty happy with them. I wouldn't buy them myself, so if you're playing the campaign, don't buy militia. They're a waste. Just go research Fusiliers as soon as possible. They're a great core unit. When I get the opportunity, I might research Marines, because they're pretty good as like a rear guard. They've got a little bit of extra accuracy, they've got better morale, so if something collapses, you can use them as a great reserve. But they're not frontline infantry. In the British campaign, you get grenadiers, which would be the core of your army, but you don't get that, I don't think. I only think you get... I think they're militia... not a militia unit, some kind of skirmisher unit. The Rangers. Fusilier lines holding strong against these Marines in the forest. Got a militia unit on the right flank. They're our starter unit. They're giving a good account of themselves. Let's charge them in. They're exhausted, that won't work. But it might break the Marines who are under fire already. Let's go with the Fusiliers as well. Triple charge. Let's break them out of this forest. Then we can concentrate on this side. Things have seemed to calm down. The numbers are whittled away by the artillery fire. We just need to get this northern approach, the seaside approach. Bringing our reserves up and those units that have rallied from breaking. How did that charge go? It did its job. It broke them. Let's chase them out of the forest. And then we'll have the cover and they won't. We are very tired now, so let's take it easy. Got a final unit of reserves. We can't be flanked, so we don't need to worry about a rear guard. Unless they cheat and bring on reinforcements from behind. And our line's strong enough so that none of the skirmishers can break through. That's... I went back and watched the video and I realized that some skirmishers or broken units had went back and jumped on the capture point at Bunker Hill while I was trying to shoot the ship, which was quite funny. In this campaign, you can win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter, you can keep advancing, and the story adapts to that. So in this case, we had a draw at Bunker Hill. But it wasn't a loss, which is great. But I'm just going to have to keep an eye on that now when I try and cheese the AI at the end of the mission. No doubt I'm going to try and use my artillery to shoot those ships and get one to surrender. I also would like to check that fort to see if there's any cannon up on there that we can use. We've captured the depot, but there's hardly any ammunition left. The British have stripped it bare. Maybe I should have tried to hold the line at that depot when I first started the mission. That's alright. We've won. These guys are just going to play the skirmish now. They're not strong enough to actually put up an assault. Bring the artillery up closer. One of the loyalists have surrendered. Come back to this side and we can take care of your needs. Oh, I think that's all she wrote. We just have to wait for the timer to tick down now. Unless they rally up for a massive charge, but it looks like we've killed everyone. And the cannons are just keeping them at arm's length. It's a much better tactic. Combined arms is definitely the future. Oh, we're running out of ammunition. That's it too. They can't keep fighting now. Unless we charge. Well, they do keep reloading, but just very slowly. Let's get out of here. Bring in a fresh division full of ammunition. These guys are full too. Let's send them over. 10 minutes to go at maximum speed. The problem is we're just running out of ammo. We're shooting at them so much. How come they can keep coming back? It's kind of annoying how they don't just rout completely and they keep coming back. There should be a threshold, like if I've routed 3 or 4 times this week. That's it. The fight is over. Now it's time to try and shoot the ships. Nice haul. We managed to recover nearly 900 weapons. Very, very nice. The Sea Service musket. It's not the best bayonet, but we'll take it. Yeah. Back at port. We still don't have anywhere near enough reputation to bring out the big boys in the next naval engagement. Well, that's okay. The War for Independence is doing really well. I feel like our Navy is at peak performance. And it's up to me to make sure the Army is also in that capability. This is Ultimate Admirals. I'm Commander Tyrael. Make sure you tune in for the next one. It's going to be a cracker.